Okay, I have Ken from Frost Incorporated here. Ken, it looks like we have a truck unit. Looks like a tote tank here. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about the capacity and how it all comes together?
Sure. This is a real nice, easy starting point for a lot of people to get into liquids if you've got a little bit larger area that you want to cover. A lot of snow contractors out there have properties like strip malls, convenience stores, areas like that, that they can get liquids down to prevent the bonding of snow and ice to the surfaces. And this is a inexpensive way to start because the tank itself is a tote tank that's pretty readily available out there. They're not that expensive. And we're simply connecting a pump with a filter right to the bottom of the tank. Out of the pump it comes right down to the boom, and there's a remote control that turns it on and off, connected to that gray box. So if I just hit this button here, it'll turn it on and off, and you don't have to do any special wiring into the cab of your vehicle. So that's a really nice feature. A lot of cases you can use this as, some people call it, a supervisor's truck version, where you have a snowy event, all your big equipment is out getting a lot of areas sprayed and covered, but you still have some pickup trucks that you could get out there and do some alleyways or roundabouts, some high traffic areas. It takes only about 5 minutes to get this all set up and running in any 3/4 ton pickup truck.
And I noticed that there are a couple different nozzles going on here. You have some pointing straight down and some are coming out to the sides. Would you want to explain a little about those ones pointing out?
Sure, the nozzles that are pointing out, if they're out past the vehicle like this, that'll cover a full 12-foot lane, and that's the width of a standard traffic lane. However, we do have a lot of cities and municipalities that will angle that extra nozzle in to get more coverage in the wheel track area. The more you have in the wheel track area, the faster it'll melt any snow and ice and get back down to the pavement.
And I'm sure you touched on the pump here already, but what size pump do we have on this tote tank?
Well, there's a couple of different pumps that are available. Now, this is a fixed flow system. It's not changing the flow rate the faster you go. So you have to choose a pump based on the speed range that you plan to apply. So for instance, in a small parking lot area or a convenience store, you're probably only going to be going about 8 to maybe at the most 10 miles an hour. So this 5 gallon a minute pump, it's 5.3 gallons to be exact, is good for that type of speed range. If you want to go a little faster, we have a 7 gallon a minute pump. The largest pump that we have available is a 9 gallon a minute pump that will allow you to apply 30 to 40 gallons per lane mile, which is kind of standard for pre-treating, up to maybe about 12, 13 miles an hour. The only other option that we do have is that this version that you see here is a yellow powder coated steel. We also have a stainless steel version as an option.
Great. Any questions from the audience at all? So how do you control the nozzles from the cab, Ken?
Well, we do that with a remote control and simply turn it on and off. I'll flip this nozzle back out so that we get our full 12-foot coverage.
Pretty instant.
Yep. And simple. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, that's right. Well, let's see this thing go for a spin here and watch it spray.